minute. On the flats, most of your vines are all really mature, trellised, nice, they're producing. Up on the slopes and the sides, those are all very young seedlings still. That's part of the new project, and what is that about, and why are you planting those varietals in those locations?
The main thing is that we're looking for geology. We're looking for the roots to go down and get into the rock to express the minerality and basically to express the terroir. And that's the best way to do it. You'll get better balanced vines, better balanced vineyards at the end, and totally expressing the terroir. And that's what we look for in Casablanca. Being, the premium project, it's all about terroir. It's all about micro lots. That's why we came, you're planting all these slopes up here.
Geology has so much to do with winemaking from a terroir standpoint, but I don't think I really understand how important the geology part is versus, say, the terroir or the soil.
Okay, it's quite simple. If you go travel around the world, you will see that main great wines are produced over slopes, and that's because it's geology. It's all about the rock and the fractures of the rock. So if you try to focus the point, what is important is that in terms of geology, there are three main macro terroirs. That's limestone, very important. Great terroirs on the world are made with limestone. Then the schist. Schist is another kind of rock. And finally granite. So maybe 80 or 90% of the great wines of the world are made with those three kinds of geology. What is quite important for every varietal is to know the relationship between the soil, which ends here, and then the rock. And what is important is trying to improve the fracture of the rock. That's why rocks that get very bad fracturated are not so good for wine. You need to get fractures to go with very deep roots into the rock to get minerality. If you go to some fruity wines, it's okay for a restaurant. Entry level, you need minerality, great wines. Minerality is about geology.
Is the minerality coming out of the rock or the sand?
The minerality is a swinging affair between climate and the minerals on the rock. But if you get in a too sunny terroir, you will have too much sugar, and sugar can erase minerality. So usually wines with a big amount of minerality are coming from more cloudy climates, like here Casablanca. So for me it's a switch between a cloudy climate and rocks.
When I'm tasting red wine, very often one of the things that we look for is this red fruits or is this black fruits?
Yes.
That is a direct relationship, not to the area, but actually whether it's a rock or soil?
Yeah, for me it's a mix between climate, cloudy or less cloudy. Sunny climate go more easy to black fruit. More cloudy, more acid and red fruit, and the depth of the soil. If the soil is too deep, you will get ripe later, and if you get later, you can get black fruit. If you get shallow soils, you will be ripeness early, and you go to more acid and red fruit.
Andres, this is a brand new project for you that you're doing. How many hectares is it, and what does it generally cost to launch a new project?
This is a project of 12 hectares that has 40 different blocks, and usually a regular project costs like $20,000 to $25,000 per hectare. This project that is in a hill that has a selection of the plant, a rootstock, very specific irrigation system can go to $30,000 to $35,000 per hectare.
So you've made the decision to spend almost 50% more on this project than you would on other projects. How do you expect to get the ROI out of that?
This is a long-term project, so it's more expensive, but with this kind of investment, you probably will have a very good result in terms of icon wines. And with that, of course, you have a special wine that it will go higher in the price, and probably you will have something that nobody has here in the valley. So that makes a more special wine.
Why do you feel it's so important to have a new icon wine?
It's very important because when you have an icon wine, something special is unique. So that gives personality to the winery. So makes easy to sell the rest of the wine. Will be all the name, all the brand, all the spirit of the winery will be in that wine.